Hey everybody, happy Friday. It's Tyler Moore. We're here for our weekly vodcast, and we're talking about today if I could predict your future by just looking at your daily habits. Hello again, welcome. It's good to be with you. Haven't done a live here in a few weeks. I've missed you guys, but definitely looking forward to being back with you. If you've been tuning in before, give me a shout, say hi. Would love to hear where you're coming in from. Put it just down in the comments below, just a wave or a hi, how you doing. It amazes me how many people are tuning in. Many of them I don't know about. Would love to just catch up with you, say hi. If you drop me a comment down below, give me a thumbs up or your favorite emoji, that would be great. For those of you who have been tuning in this last week, you know we've been talking about transformation as we start a new year. And I think if you are anybody like me, this is the time of year, this is the period where we really start to think about what comes next. How can we transform? How can we move on? Some of that is from things that we want to achieve and attain and go for. We talked about that a little bit in a prior video. And some of that comes from what we don't want, right? Things that are painful, that we're struggling with. And we want to move forward and make sure that it doesn't happen again. So we're talking about transformation. I know there's a lot of you out there who want to transform. You don't just want small changes, you want large changes in your life. And so how do we do that? Well, I thought today for our mindset training, we talk a little bit more about the roots of transformation, where it comes from, and try to demystify how we can go about transforming, make big changes in our life. So one of the people that I listen to and follow quite a bit is a person by the name of John Maxwell. He's a leadership guru. Really like his writings, his efforts. So if you haven't, definitely go and check him out. But that being said, I would also say that he mentions about being able to predict people's future by observing them for one day. And what he means by that, and he says, is we are a culmination of our daily habits. So he would say, I can take a look at what you're doing throughout the day, the decisions that you're making, and specifically the values that you have of what's important and what your decisions are, and then be able to forecast out where you're going to be 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. And so the question that I would ask you as we think about transformation is think about your habits on a daily basis, maybe on a weekly basis. What do those look like? Are you proud of those things? Can you say that the things that you're doing are going to lead you to a better place, maybe keep you flat, or are they potentially harmful? Are there some things in your life that you're doing, decisions that you're making, that are actually causing you to regress and transform into a lesser version of yourself, transform your life into a lesser standpoint than where they're at? Because that can happen as well. Okay, so let's dive into it. I think there are 12 areas that you can really look into to start getting a glimpse and challenge yourself. How am I doing in these areas? So as we think about transformation, and it's a daily habit, these are daily things. So what are your values when it comes to a few of these things? So here we go. If you got a pen and a paper, or hit pause, go back and write these down so you can do some reflection later. I think it'll be really helpful. So the first one is your attitude. As you take inventory, how's your attitude? Do you have a positive attitude? Do you have a negative attitude? Are you in control of your attitude? Think about through those things. The next one is, what are your true priorities? As you sit down and think through your life over the next week, what are the priorities in your life? Okay. Next one is health. Where does health fit in? How are you doing in the health of your own body? The foods that you're eating, the exercise that you're getting, the rest. Mental rest is a big part of that. So sleep and rest are different. We did a video on that a few months back. So check in on how you're doing on your health. Family. What does family mean to you? How much family time do you feel is important to you? What role is family to you? Whether that's, you're living maybe by yourself if you're younger, if you're a little bit older, do you have a spouse? Do you have kids, right? What kind of roles do those family play, and the role that you play in a family life? Your thinking. This is a little bit different than attitude. I would say, how big are you thinking? Where do you potentially want to go, right? How do you think, right? Do you have time set aside to think about the things that are coming in the future? Reflect on the things of the past. This is maybe a good place to start. If you haven't done that very well, challenging you to take these things down and reflect a little bit about where you are. The next one is commitment. What are your commitments? What are you already committed to? And this one's hard for me because I don't know about you, but I have a hard time saying no. So what I've had to find is that I start to get overcommitted. I have to review this list constantly and start to say, what am I committed to? Are those still important to me? Do I still have enough time in order to really be effective in these commitments? Next one is finances. How are you doing on your finances? What are your financial goals, growth goals? Where do you want to be? How does that look? Are you in a vehicle that can get you to where you want to be in those finances? This is a big one for me. Those of you who have tuned in to before, you know that I'm a big believer in free enterprise. I think most people who are working a 9-to-5 job believe that if they want to change their finances, they really only have two options. And that is they either need to spend more time, get better, and climb the ladder, get promoted to a job that they probably don't want anyway, right? We've seen our bosses, how much stress and additional time they put in. We maybe don't want that, but we do want the more income. Or we need to move to a different company, right? We need to go to a different place, potentially make more money. Maybe something we don't want to do because we like where we're at, we like the people, but we do want the option of more income. So I am a firm believer in taking more of that into your control. There's tons of other options if you believe and want to take that into your own hands, make income on the side through different vehicles, and that's where I would point you. Don't want to digress on this, but if you have anything in there that you want more questions on, reach out. This is a really big one for me. I think we need to take more control of our finances to hit our future financial goals. The next one is faith or spiritual, right? Where do you sit? How do you see yourself in the broader context of humanity is how I put it. How are you there? What is your spiritual inner self? How is that doing? The next one is relationships. Take a score of your relationships. How are they doing? Are they healthy? Do you have some toxic relationships in your life that you may need to step away from a little bit, or at least distance yourself away from? Next one is generosity. How generous are you? One of the things that I found to be very powerful is to think about each morning how you can be generous, how you can be giving to people, and what you're grateful for. This can be something that can be extremely powerful and keep you motivated, keep you grounded to a really good why about why you continue to work and build the way you do. Next one is values. We talked about this. What are your values? What do you stand for? Right? So as we observe your day to day, can we tell that there are things that really mean something to you, that you are galvanized about, that you have a direction in, or you kind of just float? Everything's kind of whatever, and it's very vague. Can we tell, what are the values? What are the things that really mean something to you? And the last one, and I think the most important one as we talk about this, is growth. So it interweaves, I think, through all of the rest of the 11, right? Because what is your plan for growth? And like we talked about when we started this, your daily habits will transform you into whoever those habits resemble. So as you think about your daily habits, do you have a daily habit for growth, and maybe growth in some of these areas or all of these areas? And are you committed to that on a daily, for sure a weekly basis? Because as you think about transformation, the key to this is just a plan for daily and weekly growth. If you can have growth in your life in these areas, that's how you get to total transformation. As an example, I just did a video the other day, posted on Facebook, that I was able to be at my son's school. I was there picking them up. It was just after 3:30 in the afternoon. We needed to pick them up because it's super cold here where we're living in the Midwest. The wind chills are 25, 30 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit, and there's no way that they could walk home. So I had the time. I had transformed my life from a corporate career that was really good, high income, loved the people, but just didn't allow me the type of life time and lifestyle that I really wanted to be there for my family and for my kids. And it took a while, not gonna lie, it took a few years, but eventually those habits, that commitment transformed my ability to be there for my kids and my time. And that's something I'll never give up. I'll never give way. I'm so happy I made some of those decisions, but it did take a while. And that wants to encourage you. It's gonna take commitment to daily growth in these areas. And so I want to leave this with you. I thought it'd be very tactical. Like as we talk about transformation, how can we get there? And I think these 12 areas will be really impactful for you. A recommendation that I would have is as you go through, definitely take an inventory of where you're at, but I would not try to take them all on at the same time, make improvements. In fact, as you read some of John Maxwell's resources, his instruction, and I tend to agree with, is pick one for a while to work on, maybe a month. And I would say at first, pick the one that's the easiest for you, like you feel like you're doing pretty well, make some tweaks and get some momentum, and then maybe pick one that is maybe a weaker option for you, or a weaker one of these categories that you have to make some significant improvements, and do that later. And then work on building momentum as you go through. And sooner or later, if you have that growth mindset, you're going to get through all 12, and you're going to realize as you go through those 12 areas of your life that as you've made improvement, you've transformed your life. You're in a total different place than you were however long ago, 3, 6, 12 months ago. All right, guys. Well, I hope this was helpful. If this was, drop me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up or say thank you. I love engaging with you guys. If that's it, so until next time, wishing you all nothing but more success and significance in your life. Cheers.